I want to start with Coinbase. We're all expecting it to get out of the gate next week. What will you be watching when it comes to Coinbase's public offering?
Obviously Coinbase is a direct comp for us, so it's very exciting to have finally a public market example and something to point to when thinking about how to value Kraken. Historically, the crypto space has been all private, so we've kind of just got to speculate about how the public markets would value these businesses, and I think it's going to be an indicator for the entire private market, and I think it's going to send valuations of other crypto companies much higher.
Jesse, what are you thinking about in terms of your own IPO? There are some reports out there saying that this could be a possibility as early as next year. What's the plan for yourself?
Yeah, so we're on track to go public next year, probably second half. There's a lot of time between now and then. Anything could happen in the crypto space, so there's no guarantees at the moment, but we're gearing up to be able to do that. We think being in the public market is really great for our clients, who constantly ask us if there's some way they can participate in the upside or the performance of the business. And unfortunately, the rules with the SEC, as they are today, prohibit us really from allowing most of our clients to participate in the upside of the business. So getting to the public markets is really the best way to do that at this time.
So what is gearing up involved? Does that mean you're going to be raising more money before going public?
It's possible. Yeah, we are in discussions now for a round. It's not necessary. We've got a very strong balance sheet. The company's profitable. Raising more capital at this point, I think, would be more about just doing more acquisitions. So, it's something that's out there. I don't know how much more I can say, about that.
So talk to us a little bit about public acceptance. We're watching Bitcoin climb higher. I think last time you were on the show, you said it was going to infinity, the moon, and beyond, but I asked you for a specific number. Since then, we have seen some losses, though, climbing back. What about this? Where do you see Bitcoin by the end of the year?
Yeah, I know it's kind of tough. I think I said Bitcoin's going to infinity, and that's kind of hard to comprehend because I'm measuring it in terms of dollars, and it might be easier to understand it if we measure it, like in terms of Teslas, right? Like now 1 Bitcoin for 1 Model 3, or, probably by the end of the year, I think it'll be 1 Bitcoin per Lambo, and probably by the end of next year, it'll be 1 Bitcoin per Bugatti. So, I think that to me and to the crypto community, I think those kinds of assets make it easier to measure Bitcoin against because you never know where the dollar is going to be. There could be, 10 times as many US dollars out there a year from now. So it's really hard to measure Bitcoin against the dollar.
A lot of our discussions are always about the future. And when it comes to mainstream corporate acceptance, yes, we hear some good news coming from PayPal, coming from Visa, and of course there's Elon Musk and Tesla. But we interview CEO after CEO who says we're not investing in Bitcoin, we're not speculating at the moment. How different do you think the world will be in 5 years? And, can you really assure some of these corporate customers that crypto is here to stay and they're missing out?
Well, thanks to Elon, everyone who owns a piece of the S&P 500 now owns a piece of Bitcoin. So, he's probably in a single stroke, distributed Bitcoin to more people than anyone else on the planet. What to say to these guys? I think you can just wait and see. You can sit on the sidelines and wait and see. But the price is going up. Obviously, you have guys like MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, who are very bullish on it, who just keep buying as much as they can. I think it's important to have a view on it. You obviously don't just want to jump on the bandwagon and do something because everyone else is. But if you really look into the fundamentals of crypto and the adoption that we've seen and the number of highly respected financial advisors and visionaries who have flipped on Bitcoin and recently come around and said that they now see that Bitcoin is the future. At this point, it's just like there's so many people that are backing it and supporting it and see it. I think you owe it to yourself to really take a look at the fundamentals and try to understand why that is. And if you're not understanding that, I think you must not understand how the existing financial system works and how much benefit there is to the world for a Bitcoin standard, a Bitcoin as a store of value, and cryptocurrency broadly as a way to disintermediate a huge number of unnecessary and untrustworthy middlemen that exist in the financial services company that in the space that Yeah.
Jesse, I'm curious about, you said you may go public next year. Something interesting about Coinbase is that the valuation in private markets is getting as close to some of the biggest banks in the world. What do you think you can be worth as a public company?
Well, it looks like Coinbase is probably worth $100 billion pre-IPO. There'll probably be a pop after that. So, I think any of these crypto companies, I think they really are the future of finance. And we've built the whole stack from custody to settlement to matching to clearing to payments. So we've had to build a whole stack because nothing was there 10 years ago when we got started with this. And I think there's a real threat that the crypto companies can actually, and crypto is the future, can actually just completely replace everything that exists in the traditional system. And most of these guys have not done their work over the last 10 years to make sure that they are current with the crypto technology. And so I think there's a very real risk that over the next 10 years for those legacy businesses that they're just simply replaced. We've seen the tremendous traction that Cash App has had. PayPal, fortunately for them, they've been on the ball. I think you're going to see more of that. And people that aren't keeping up with that, I think their days are numbered. So I do think that these valuations are very reasonable right now, and they can go much higher.